Hey guys, it's me, Kelly. How are you today? I am going to use the souffle clay I got from Sculpey. It is a new clay that they have out, and they say it's amazing for makume gain, caning, and more. And it says it's exceptionally strong and will not crack when baked in large pieces. Now, I wanted to go and get, which I'm going to order. Let me turn my Facebook off so it doesn't keep making noises. I'm going to go and order or go get the silk screens that they have for clay. You guys know I love clay. I have all kinds of different Sculpeys. I have Fimo and Primo and Sculpey 3 and all that kind of thing. So I thought today, I don't exactly know what I did with my board, however. Maybe it's over there. But I'm going to work on here. This is just my mat. I'm just going to see how this works, how these work, and what they're like for my hands. This set includes igloo, canary, pistachio, jade, pumpkin, cherry pie, so 80s, turnip, sea glass, lagoon, cowboy, and poppy seed. And Polyform Products is the company, and they have a website, the Polyform. I'll put it below, and you can check out their stuff that they have, all the different clays and the things. So this says it has a beautiful suede-like finish when baked. So we will see what we get. I obviously won't be baking in this video. I will be making, and then once I bake it, we will be back to see what it's like. Except I want to be able to open this. Okay. Now I have RA and fibro and all kinds of other things that really prevent me sometimes to be able to work with clay. So this is supposed to be softer, so we will see. I think I'm going to use... I'm going to pull out some white because I think I might mix. Maybe I'll keep. Now these don't have the names of the colors on them, but maybe I'll do that. And what color do I want to do? I don't want it to be, I want it to be like, I know I need blue. I'm going to have to lighten this up though. I would like a baby blue. Wonder if this would, I probably would lighten this blue up. And then maybe we'll do, no, it's hard to decide. Maybe I'll do the terracotta, and then maybe I will do, I don't want to do black, but maybe I'll add a little bit of white to the brown. Now, let me see if I can decide. I'm supposing that this is the 80s because it's like fluorescent pink, which I love. Igloo maybe is white. I'm assuming this is canary. Pistachio, jade, is a citral. Do they have a number on it? 1401 2907? No. Nope. So I'm kind of out of luck with that. So I'm going to stick, I think, with these 4. I think. We shall see. Now, something I want to talk about before I open these up and get to going is, and you guys know I love clay. I bought these at Hobby Lobby in their baking section. And they're fondant cut and presses, and they had quite a few. And I thought it would be cool to use for jewelry, you know, to press this in and then to get this nice impression and texture on for if you're doing a necklace piece or what have you. And I usually have a tile here, ceramic tile unglazed that I work on, but obviously I cannot find it right now. So I was so excited when the company sent this to me, and it's supposed to be a lot easier to work with. So we will see. I was hoping to be able to get out to Joanne's yesterday after I went for my medical equipment and everything, but it just was long and it was very hot and I just didn't have it in me. So I'm just going to cut this. Now you can use your clay cutter, you know, your clay knife. Mine's over there. And I just really want to kind of get into this and do it. And like I said, I am going to buy, you will see me using this again when I buy the silk screen stuff that comes with this, because I'm very excited to use it. Now I'm just going to do a small gosh, cane. I'm sorry, my brain is not with it. Makume cane. I'm going to do that piece. So what I'm doing is just mixing my colors, and I will tell you this, which could be a blessing or could be a curse. This is right out of the package. Exactly. You saw me take it out. I'm working it with my fingers and my hands. Now, having used Primo and Fimo and what else? Sculpey and Super Sculpey and all that. A lot of the times you cannot do this, mix it with your fingers as easily as I am doing with my RA and Fibro. So you could see it's getting to be a very light color. And I'm just going to take my rolling pin and roll it out. And keep turning it and kind of rolling out. Now if you have your pasta maker, your pasta machine rather, you can take it and do it through there, but I want to do everything. Mine's over there, but like if I turn sideways, but I want to kind of do everything on camera and see. I've read mixed reviews about this clay, so I want to use it myself. I am somebody who has a hard time working with clay. I love it and I will push myself to do it, but it is hard to work with for my hands. So I'm just going to give this a very light kind of roll. Now, I also read in several things that wetting this clay, it like repels water. But I use water for things not to stick. I don't know if this will help this or not, or if I will be sad that I just squirted water down. But I'm just going to give this a roll. And I'm going to set this aside and get my next color. So you see the difference in that color with just a little bit of white. Let's see, I'm kind of far. I should move my camera down a little bit. I started with this color and added a little bit of white, and we got this beautiful, I mean, it mixed beautifully with my fingers. Let me move this down just a little bit so you guys can see. Okay. So there we are. There's that, and that started out as that. So that's quite a difference, as you can see. I'm very, very happy with that. What else color would I want to use? What other color? I want to put some white with this. I'm going to go through this white like crazy and be so sad. But I'm going to take this color and cut a piece off. And this came straight from the company. I'm doing it. I'm going to give my honest opinion. And right now, I'm not hating on it because I am working it with my hands and warming it up. And like I said, I don't do very well with the Fimo and Primo, and sometimes even the Sculpey, which is soft, and mixing it. So I just want to show that you can mix these colors and not have to have a pasta machine if you have clay. And if you don't have a roller, use a can or a thing of paint. I mean, you know, I could take my thing of paint and do it the same as rolling out with a rolling pin. You don't have to have everything when you're starting out. And you can see this is lightening up. So I have been researching what people have been writing about this just to see, because I haven't had a chance. You guys know I've been going through a lot of stuff lately, so I haven't really had a chance to get on here to do my video for this. All right, now look, that's just about mixed. If I roll it a few more times, I'm curious once it goes to the oven and it comes out as a matte finish. I'm curious what that means. So I'm going to roll this out. And you can see the difference in color with just adding a little bit of white. So it's very versatile in that way. So I'm going to wrap my orange or the terracotta color up and put it in there. How about, I don't want to do pink. If I do yellow, maybe I'll do some brown. Let's do some brown. And that'll also show a good, my poor white. It's like, can you not leave me alone? I'm going to get some white in there. And let's lighten this up. And you see, we're just going, I'm going in and I'm pushing and I'm pulling and I'm moving. And I roll it in a ball and I flatten it. Always watch your knives. Like I said, I should have grabbed my clay knife over there, but I was so excited to do my play with my clay and do this. So let me just say while I'm doing this, while I'm mixing this together, if you have any type of clay, whatever kind of clay you have, let's say you have 2 colors of clay, that's all you have right now. You can do what I'm going to do, and I'll show you. You'll see in a minute. If you don't have this new souffle that's out, you can use whatever kind of clay you have. I'm just using this to see for my hands and see how this works, because for us who are disabled or have problems with their hands, I want to be able to work in a clay that's easy to work with, but I want my clay to, I'm curious what the suede-like finish is like, but I want to be able to build, because I love, like, the angel I made. Like, I love making clay dolls and things out of clay that really, hold up. So we will see what we could do. Now, see, I can see a little bit of white left in there, so I'm just going to turn it and turn it again and just keep turning it. Roll it in the ball. Put it down. Let's see if we got it. And it is warm in my room, of course. Like I always tell you guys, it's very warm outside. Air's on, but unless Okay, so that's that brown. So let's show you how nice that, with a little bit of white, the difference in color you can get. So if you're doing faces, like I would put probably more, I'm not going to do it right now, but I would put more white into this color, the terracotta color that we used, or orange, or rust, whatever it's named. And you can get a nice flush tone with this. So I like that. I love mixing my colors of my clay and all that. So, okay, so I need one more color. Let me put my blue away. And I'm very, like I said, I'm very excited to see about, I have a few silk screen things I can do on here, like that I have from previous things, I guess, to do shirts and stuff like that. But they have so many new ones for these, for the clay, that I want to, get for pieces. I think maybe yellow. Let's do a little bit of yellow, and I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna cut it. I'm not going to put white in it. I'm just going straight yellow. And the condition's very fast. The only reasons the other ones took so long is because I was mixing colors. Okay, so we have our yellow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I think I might, because we want to put them on top of each other. So I think I might go, I want yellow to come through the blue, and then maybe we'll do lay it on that, and then lay it on the brown. Now, something you can do, now I just laid these on top of each other. You can take your knife if you want, before these are all connected, because they're warm and they're going to connect, if it didn't already, because I did push them. You can go around this and cut this extra yellow off. And then add it back into your yellow, which I will, so you're not like wasting, you can have more clay. Now this isn't obviously the brown that we used, we put it in there, but we could use it for eyeballs. We can use it for, hair. You can use it for whatever. So don't go wasting. I'm very frugal. So I cut, I save what I can, or I start making my scrap ball for when I need it for when I make jewelry. You never know. Okay, so we're going to lay this on there. So we have blue, yellow, and yellow is the only one I did that I did not put white in. I put white in the blue, I put white in the terracotta color, and I put white in the brown. So we have all different colors than we originally started out with. And I'm going to give this just a very light push to kind of get them together. And I will turn it, and I will give this side a smush. Okay. And then I'm going to push it down. Now I'm going to use some things to push in here to make some designs. So let's see here. Let me grab my tools. Well, maybe I won't use the tools today because I want everybody to be able to do this at home as well. Let's use a lid to either a perfume, a spray bottle, whatever. And let's just push it in, push it down. So you want to put some pressure on it so you know you're kind of going down into the layers. Can you see that? Let's see. You don't want to cut it out, but you want it to make a big impression. And then let's use, all right, these are kind of big. These come with different size. This is like the out, you could push out and get the, kind of like a stencil. This is the stencil part. This is the kind to get different pieces. I think this is the only one that comes with that. So let's take, let's try to find things from him. Our corrugated cardboard. And I'm going to push it in right here as deep as I can get it. And then lift it out. So you see that. I can use my silver coin piece and push that down, and that'll give us a different, that one's a circle, and then this one's just, probably should have wet that, but that worked out fine. And you see, and then we need something over here. Let's try. And you can use stamps too. You can use stamps. Let's use a stamp. This is for the UT, the ultra thick embossing fluid, but I shall use it for this. All right. And it's just a wood grain, and I'm going to pick this part, and I'm going to push it here, and just push it down in. And lift it out, and we have that. Okay, now I might take just a little bit and push and push. Just add a little bit more because I'm kind of not digging on this. Maybe I'll just go in the middle and push it down. Okay, so see how we got? That's how we got. Now I'm going to move in a little bit more. I'm going to have to go get my knife now. So, hang on one second. Which I didn't think of when I was doing it before. Me knife. And I'll grab these. Okay. Now, I got some circle cutters in case I need them. And that was that. And this is my knife. And my blade. Now, I suggest if you are able to buy the kit that Sculpey sells that gives you handles and it gives you many different blades. This is the flexible blade. It gives you ridges. It gives you a sturdier blade. It gives you all kinds of fun stuff. So makes it fun. So now what you do is you kind of take your blade and you just kind of, we're trying to cut off some of that and running it through. And look how neat. I'm just going to turn it this way. Now I can go, and you don't want to push as deep. I'll just use this. On top of the already have. And let's see, let's hit it here. And you can go as high up or as low as you want. You just don't want to go to the bottom layer. But look how cool those pieces are. And then here, I'm just going to take off this blue piece. Looks really neat. Really cool. Now let's just do this. Now I could have made it thinner. See, that one I cut through. You can see I cut through because the bottom was there. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to turn it, the opposite way. Then I cut it and then just set it. And this is the great thing about clay. Goes right back in. Now, so I have this piece left. And I'm going to take a little bit of this blue right here off. But you can still see that there's blue through it. Now maybe I want a little bit more blue through like right here. Let's see. And if you want something, remember, you just lightly take it with your... And what's going to happen is your pieces, like right here, you can see where I had my lid that I put in there. If you lightly go over this, you're going to see all those circles disappear. So you're back to, this is the best thing about clay. Okay, so let's say here we are. Now it is sticky. It's very sticky. But it's coming up off my mat, so that's what's important. So I really dig this design. The colors, you know, I'm just playing around with colors, not really worrying about it. You can do several things. You can take, you know, let's say you want to make a pair of earrings or something like that. You can take 2 cutters and cut out 2 holes there. And you can make those make them earrings. What I think I'm going to do is make a bigger piece. And by doing that, I'm going to add, I kind of want some more blue and the yellow. I'm liking that as my main kind of thing. And I like the terracotta and the brown at the back. Now, here's what you can do. I'll probably use this. I'm going to roll this and put it, and it doesn't matter. I'm not going to put the colors together. I'm not worrying about that. But I'm going to roll it out. And I'm going to use, I want it to be as big as this because that's what I'm going to cut. So I'm just going to roll this. And it does, the more you work with it, it definitely, I don't know if it's a certain color that's stickier, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this right here. And then I'm going to set this down there. Then I'm going to take this and just roll this in. So it's all one piece. Now, like I said, they have the stuff that you put, you lay down your screening that you can do, your silk screening, and then you can go in with different things. If you have Pearl X, you can Pearl X this and make it very shiny and bring it all out, or whatever you want. I'm going to take my cutters. I got these also at Hobby Lobby for $2.99. They're circles. And I know that it's going to be thicker in the middle here. So I'm going to press it down, give it a little turn, and I'm going to lift this out. So I have my pendant. Now, you can take this, and you see what the back looks like? It's just all your colors. You can take this, and you can add this going into here. We could take this. This is just so you don't waste. Stick it in there. Let's move this for a minute. Just want to show you what you can do when you're, and then just pull it. You want to push everything kind of as close together as you can. And if you have to rip off some, it doesn't matter. Just run it. So you can then take this again, your roller, and roll it. And you can use 2 colors, 3 colors, 4 colors, 5 colors, whatever. This is just to show you a technique that I like to do. And you can see this is all flat. You can run it through your pasta machine too if you have a pasta machine. All right, and then you can go in and cut out 2 earrings. And you will have your necklace and your 2 earrings that match, but, you know, aren't exactly the same. And I'm going to take this, and if you want to make beads to go with your necklace to go around, you just kind of roll up some and just roll it in your hand. Or you can get the bead roller. They have a bead roller. And you got these great beads with all the colors in it. And that's what I'm going to do. Just going to take them and put the colors on the outside and roll. And you're getting these beautiful beads. They all match. So nothing's going to waste. And you can make like, it all depends on the roll that you're using. You can make circles, you can make ovals. You can make squares. You can shape it whatever way you want. You know, if you want to shape it like a longer bead, if you want to bring it in and you see the coloring, so you can make it kind of like a square bead, you know, you're just pushing it with your fingers. So you have a square bead, and then we'll use this one and do another square bead. Again, and just push it down so you get a square shape. And this one is a little bit smaller, so I'm going to have to take some of this off. So instead of distorting my bead, now look how cool that looks inside of all the colors. Isn't that cool? But I'm going to make the bead a little closer into size. Okay. All right. Good. And then this I can just make, and I'll just make it. And that's a football bead. I call that a football bead. It's called something else, but I can't think of it right now. Where the points go on the, you know, but I'm going to put this down just as I might do this as a focal bead up with this. I don't know. So then you'll take your, I use a knitting needle, but you can use, you know, whatever you want. And you poke your holes in. And then with this, I'm going to put it back in here and try to get it round. Yeah. Okay. And then, now remember, you can put Pearl X and everything to make it very shiny too, which is gorgeous. And then I'll just put my hole here for my jump ring. And then when you go to do your beads, it's the same thing. You just stick it through. I always turn it so you get your holes through. And there we are. So I'm going to bake these with these square ones, depending on what way you want them to lay. Now these, I'll just poke right through. I always set my finger there to know. And, you know, after you poke the beads in and everything like that, you can go back and kind of shape it up a little bit more. Sometimes it distorts it. These are getting a tad bit distorted due to the fact of it is very, very hot in here. And like I said, I don't know. And you just follow the directions that they tell you. But I mean, look, this is the extra. So nothing went to waste. Okay, clear up. Clear up. There you go. Nothing went to waste. You get these great beads. So that is how you do it. And like I said, I will, I'm going to bake these, and then I'm going to decide whether I'm going to put Pearl X on them or not. I'm not sure yet. or you could put glitter, you know, whatever. But I'm curious to see, they come out matte, so I'm curious to see what that's like, because the other ones don't come out matte. So that is the new souffle. As far as working with it so far, I love it. The blending, you saw me blend. It's wonderful. And I'm going to put the Polyform website below. And this is the souffle. And I mean, so far so good. We'll see after I bake it what we get out of it. But for my hands and all, it really is very, very doable. Like I said, my testing was the hand, and then it's gonna be how it bakes. And you always follow the manufacturer's directions on how to bake clay. They always have them on the package. So, like I said, if you get a chance, check out their website. They have some really cool stuff, and you know, tools and all kinds of stuff. So I want to see, like I said, what this comes out like after baked, because, you know, I do want to make a doll. It'll be a small doll because this is all I have so far. But that's going to be my big test as well. So far, the test I've done so far is really good, and I'm really happy with it. So we'll see. We'll see after we bake it and everything how it's going to come out. But this is what we have so far of the new souffle from Sculpey. And as far as working with my hands, I did not use the pasta machine, and I could blend colors so easily. And I got the, you know, this kind of pattern going on right here, which I'm digging. Like I said, I don't know if I want to make it sparkly or not. I don't know. I might wait till after it's baked. And I'm very excited. So this is part one. Part two will be probably, well, tomorrow I won't be home till late afternoon. I have more medical stuff I have to take care of. But hopefully tomorrow or Friday, I'll be able to come back with them baked, and we will play and put them together into a necklace, you know, or use these as a bracelet. We'll see. We'll see what fun we can have and how they bake. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Sculpey, for sending me, Polyform for sending me this fantastic new, you know, type of clay that you have out for me to play with. And like I said, this is my first experience with it. I'm thrilled to death with it so far. The ease of mixing colors and all is so fantastic. No pasta machine needed. Love it. I'm just, like I said, deciding on whether I want some design in there or I want to keep it just like this. I don't know. Leave me a comment below. Should I push like a stamp in here a little bit to give it some pattern and then go over it with, you know, like some paint or something? Or should I just leave them like this? I'd really love to know what you think. And thank you very much for watching. And be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And also, always remember to color outside the lines. We are all our own muses, and we are, you know, just enjoy it. Perfection is not needed. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to see you at my next video. I'm so excited. Oh, okay. Thank you guys so much, and check out the Polyform website, which I will put below. And thank you, Polyform, giving you a big shout out. And we will be back to see what goes on after this bakes. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so very much. Bye, guys.